Hi, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Ask BQ, a show where all your stock market related queries get answers. So do send in your queries through the YouTube live chat or through the WhatsApp number or through any of our social media channels. Now, a show where all your stock market sorry for that. Now let's jump right into the questions. Let me introduce you to our guests for today. We have with us Mr. Ashish Maheshwari, Director at Blue Ocean Strategic Advisors, and Mr. Aditya Agarwala, Head of Research and Investments at Invest for Edu. Welcome and thank you for taking the time out. Let's get into the questions. And the first question we have is from Abhiram, and he's asking about RR Cable and Senco Gold. So, Ashish, what are the fundamentals that you see in these two stocks, RR Cable and Senco Gold?
Both are in fact fundamentally very strong companies. If we talk one by one, RR Cable is again one of the pioneer in cables and light and switches, etc. And the kind of run-up we have seen in Polycab, there's no wonder that post listing only we have seen a stellar run in RR Cable. So my suggestion will be to remain invested if you are already holding this stock. My target for this stock in next 1 year is 2,000 rupees. As far as Senco Gold is concerned, as the gold prices are hovering at lower level, 58,000 rupees. So ahead of a festive season, we are going to witness a lot of new demand. Besides this, they are continuously adding new stores, which will also add to their bottom line. So in my view, there's a big valuation gap between Titan, Kangawail Jewelry, and Senco Gold, etc. So Senco Gold is also a buy. 1 year target is 800 rupees.
Okay. Aditya, morning, and thanks so much for taking the time as always. Ashish, morning to you as well. Aditya, any view on these two counters on technicals?
So first, talking of RR Cables, it's a very newly listed stock, Alex. I wouldn't talk too much about it. As far as Senco is concerned, yes, I believe it has been extremely volatile, and recently stock has witnessed a sharp up move. Again, this is one of the recently listed stocks. Both the stocks are showing very good uptrend. Can continue to hold on to these stocks if the caller is already holding on to the stocks. Maybe Senco with the stop loss at 620 on the downside. Look for a target of 700 on the upside. Can see further legs both the stocks on the upside.
Fair point. And recently listed, as you pointed out, particularly RR Cable, right? Divi's Laboratories, though. We've got a question coming in from Rajesh Maheshwari. He's writing in from Indore, and he's got 60 shares which he's bought, he says, at an average price of 4,555. He's looking for the short to medium term outlook on this particular stock. We'll first take a technical view and then we'll go to the fundamentals. He's asking whether it makes sense to hold or exit by booking losses, and does it make sense to shift to another in the pharma space?
I believe, Alex, one should continue to hold. And given the fact that he's sitting at a minor loss, I would not recommend to exiting at current levels because stock has already undergone the correction that it had to do so. And given that entire pharma space is doing well for itself, I believe Divi's Lab will also see a significant upside from current levels. A good strong support at 3,500 odd levels. I believe stock can easily test levels of 4,500 or 4,600 on the upside. So hold it. If you're looking to buy more, maybe you can buy more at current levels with a stop loss at 3,500. On the monthly chart, stock definitely looks like it's formed a base and then headed higher in the coming months. So you'll have to be a little patient here, and you can definitely see levels of 4,500 about 4,800 on the upside.
Okay, we'll quickly take a view on the fundamentals as well. What's the view here?
If we talk about Divi's Lab, after a stellar run in 2022, where we saw their profit almost 3,000 crores, there was significant dip in the profitability of around 1,800 crores. And I'm expecting this year they will do not more than 1,400 to 1,500 crores. But for time being, I'll also recommend to stay here because I'm expecting some run-up will again be there in defensive sector like pharma. So my target for this stock will be 3,800 rupees for it. And once you exit from this stock, then you can either shift to Ajanta Pharma or Mankind Pharma, which can give you better return than Divi's Laboratories.
Okay. Next up, we have a question from Netra, and she's purchased Vascon Engineers at around 55 rupees. The stock is currently hovering around 73, and I can see on the chart that it's on an uptrend and has given about 26% returns in the last 1 month. Ashish, what do you think about the fundamentals of the company, and should she continue holding the stock?
Yes, I'll suggest to continue to remain invested. In fact, to any new investors watching show, you can still enter this stock. The stock is touched 50 rupees high today, but my target for this stock is 100 rupees in the next 6 months. Again, the figures are the kind of order book and the new orders which Westcon is getting now. Whatever the losses they were incurring in previous years, now they are continuously reporting profit. Last 2 quarters only we saw 55 crore profit coming in VC last 2 quarters. And this quarter also, I'm expecting a very good number from Westcon. So Westcon is a buy in my.
All right. And Aditya, do you hold the same view as well? A buy at this point of time?
Obviously it's a hold, and then if you're looking for fresh entry, you can actually buy on minor declines because of a stellar run that the stock has already posted. Look on multiple time frame charts and you will see stock sitting at overbought levels, so there can be a minor cool off, which I expect. Don't see the stock going below levels of 64. So for her, she should actually keep a trailing stop loss at 64. That protects her cost as well. And on the upside, stock can easily test levels of 100. It's a very strong up move that I'm seeing on the charts. So that is likely to continue in the coming months, but it can enter into a sideways consolidation phase. And then do keep trailing stop losses, because these stocks usually tend to start, once they start correcting, they tend to get into that spiral of downward slope. So just to be cautious, keep a trailing stop loss at 65 and look for a target of 100 first.
Yeah, it's a stock that is up over 5% in trade today as well. The next question is coming in from Amit Rastogi, and he's got Varun Beverages, and he's asking whether it can be bought for the long term. Interestingly, Ashish, we've spoken about this counter in the recent past because of the World Cup and the expectation that there could be additional consumption of beverages. What's your view? At least in the near term, there seems to be some expectation of an improvement in operations, but what are the long-term prospects?
This is one of my favorite FMCG stock. In fact, continuously I'm recommending this stock. And if generally FMCG stock goes by, they show growth of 5-7%. But if you see their numbers from June to September, in last 2 quarters only, from 750 crore, they made a profit of 1500 crore. And we are not talking about any IT company or infra company. We're talking about a FMCG, a bottling company for Pepsi. Yeah, this is a very good fundamentally. Fundamentals are quite robust for this company, and this is going to be one of the best bets in FMCG play. The market cap is almost 1.2 lakh crore, but I am expecting this stock will touch 1,000 rupees mark in maybe next 3-4 months.
Right, so there's a strong conviction buy. Then I will come to you, Aditya, to close this out, because Amit is also asking for buying ranges that he can consider for this particular counter. What can you tell him?
Maybe closer to 850, Alex, I would suggest to buy, because that happens with the 20 DMA. I've noticed from the time stock has started its up move from levels of 120, 130, stock has never broken its 20 DMA. And every time there's a minor correction in the stock tends to take support at the 20 DMA, and from there it bounces back. So 850 is where the 20 DMA is currently positioned. I believe stock can again correct to those levels and from there bounce back. No-brainer stock. One should just buy and keep in the portfolio for long term. Haven't seen this kind of a cyclical up move in the stock. Very rare stocks. So definitely it's a buy, and closer to 850 is what I would suggest. Go for a long trade later.
All right, Varun Beverages, an exceptional stock. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us and for answering all the questions. And viewers, thanks for tuning in. Do keep sending us your questions, and we'll try taking all of them. Same time tomorrow at 11:30
Same time on Monday. It's a weekend tomorrow.
Oh, right. Same time on Monday, and we'll see you then. Until then, stay tuned to BQ Prime.